Hey everyone, and welcome back. So today I am going to be reviewing and giving some impressions of the new ColourPop collection. That is the My Little Pony. Yes, I know there's been a couple of these collections released, but this is ColourPop's version of it. So again, they are doing the smaller palette with the 12 colors in it. And it is, again, the smaller pans, but it's like $16. So, I mean, I still think it's a really great price. But this is the My Little Pony version. There also was several lip products released. I only picked up 4. I think there was 6 to 8. I only picked up 4. The ones that I felt would work best for me. I wasn't necessarily going to get everything from the collection because if certain things don't work for my skin tone, it just seems like kind of a waste of money and product, and I don't want to do that. So I picked up a couple of the glosses, actually 3 of the glosses, and one of the mattes, the darkest matte. So I will be swatching those as well, along with, the one of the highlighter palettes. This is the one that is in the lavender purple, along with 2 of the Super Shockers right here. So I am going to start with the eyeshadows first. But the first ones that I'm going to start with are the Super Shockers, and this one is in Sunbeam, and this is Cherry's Jubilee. So Cherry's Jubilee is more of this kind of silvery color. I'll show it to you. It's like a silvery, almost lavenderish color, which is right here. And then Sunbeam. You know why I called it Moonbeam? Is because look at the coloring of this. It's like a purpley, it's a purple pinky color, and they're calling this Sunbeam. So you can see my confusion a little bit, but these are really gorgeous colors actually. Here we go, put that on. This is what it looks like. This is just beautiful. It's almost like this pinky silvery color, and it's just beautiful. And I love the Super Shockers, and I'm glad to see that they're still putting out products, or putting out the Super Shocker, because I was afraid they're trying to phase them out, which would make me so sad because they're just so soft, and nobody else really has this in the makeup world. So it's like, ColourPop, don't pull away from what makes you special, you know. But there you go. Aren't they beautiful? And what I like about these is they're just shimmers of color. You know, these aren't supposed to be overly opaque. It's supposed to be a hint of color across the lid, or you can use it here in the corner. It's so beautiful. You know what you could do is you could actually use these as a highlighter as well, even though they are kind of advertised as eyeshadows. You could definitely use it if you want a more dramatic look across the cheeks, but I just think these are so versatile. But if you're looking for very opaque shimmers, this is not it. It's supposed to be almost a very glowy kind of effect, and I think it really works well. They wear pretty well too. I wore them a little bit, but you know, these are softer. And I love the Super Shock. I just love the consistency. They're just so soft and moisturizing. I love them. They're just not drying on the eyes, but you know, the wear time is actually pretty good, and I really love these, and they are just so beautiful. Just this gorgeous shimmer. So I'll be doing swatches also within the video. I'm going to do a quick swatch of these just so you can see what they look like. It won't take that long. There's only 12 of these, but these are from the palette, just so you can see what these look like. And the next row, and the final row. And I'm going to put them up here just because I'm running out of room. Oops. Kind of gave this one the shaft here. There you go. So you can see, this is a very neutral palette. Just kidding. This is a very colorful palette. I mean, what you would kind of expect with something with the theme of My Little Pony. I think you kind of know what you're getting into. So, you know, you're definitely not going to be disappointed with this collection. If you love color and you love ColourPop, ColourPop is living to its name. So here you are. Again, this is the normal, well, the smaller palettes that they've been putting out lately, which I just think are brilliant. I love this new mini phase that is coming in because I think most people don't normally get through the normal size products that they buy. So this whole mini phase just makes me happy because a lot of these products you're going to pan. You really are. If you like them, it is going to happen. So you're getting your money's worth, especially for $16. Now, maybe some of this art may kind of annoy some people because it is My Little Pony. Okay, you know, so it definitely is going to a specific, you know, group of people who coveted these things when they were younger and they're living in their childhood dream, or somebody who's still living the dream. You know, so it may turn some people off if they're not into this kind of thing. Or, you know, I know for me, I was never into this when I was a child. I was very much a tomboy, a huge tomboy. So My Little Pony, I would have gone, what? You know, I was too busy playing video games and stuff and riding my bike and playing sports. But, you know, to some of you out there who are into things like this, it's just going to bring you back to your childhood, or you could live the dream now. But, you know, it's really cute packaging. You know what you're getting. It's just, it's a lot of fun. And I think a lot of people are kind of going, well, why isn't ColourPop putting out colors anymore? Well, here you go. I really love them. I think for the most part, you know, they are pigmented really well. What I will say is that they wear really well. I did wear these this week, not all the colors, but many of the colors, and I gotta say, they wore really well. But I never have a problem with ColourPop. I have really oily eyes, and ColourPop never disappoints. And that's what I love about it, is their product lasts all day on my eyes, and I have oily eyes. And they're a discounted brand. And the thing is, that's what I love about ColourPop, is they always put out such great products at such a low price point that you really can't say no. And I love the fact that they're coming to Sephora, so now the masses can go get them. Go get them. But as far as how these eyeshadows wore, I really think they were easy to blend. I really did. And what I really love, surprisingly enough, is the lightest color here. It's almost like this white lavender color. And I love it, because a lot of the time companies will put out these light whitish or pink or purpley colors that you can put on as the base of your eyeshadow, and they're semi-sheer. They just don't go on that well. These do, or this one does. This one does. It's amazing. The first time I tried it, I put it on my eye and I was like, it's covering it. It's so opaque. It's just so rare. I love this color. It is so beautiful. It's not quite white. Again, it's a lavender color, but it's so gorgeous, and it just does a fabulous job of doing what it's supposed to. What I will say about these more shimmery tones here, which you can see, especially these three, they kind of have the effect as the ones that were the Super Shockers, which you can see here, but less glittery. They're right here. So I will say I was kind of frustrated a little bit with them, because when you try to put them onto the eye, which I'm wearing here right now, it didn't necessarily work as well as I would have liked. Especially the pink here. I kept trying to build it up, and it just kept kind of wearing away with these glittery tones, or these shimmer tones. This one worked better, which is this blue, like this bluish white here. This one actually worked really well, but the green here and the purple here, these two specifically, you know, I really had to work a few times to make them work. The other shadows work really well, you know, they go on really well, but again, just with these shimmer tones, you'll see here, you're gonna have to build them up. And what I did feel helped was, you know, using setting spray on the brush and then patting them on, and it did work well. Also putting a base like white color and then putting them on top with the setting spray made them pop a little bit more, but they aren't necessarily as pigmented as some of the other shimmer shades that have come out with ColourPop. So again, these are kind of a hint of color, so I wasn't really expecting that, because that usually doesn't happen that much with ColourPop, but no big deal. The rest of them work really well. The other thing, which is interesting with this palette, is you'll see there's not a lot of crease colors. Pretty much the biggest crease color are these kind of reddish colors. This one's kind of a reddish purple color, and this one is more of a warmer tone kind of reddish color, which is kind of smart. So you have more of these kind of cool tones in here and these warm tones, so it's kind of fun for everyone. But there aren't a lot of crease colors. I almost wish they had taken out one of these orange colors, one of these two, because they're very similar, and brought in some kind of a neutral color to make it work, or a little bit more cohesive. Because if you had like a brown color in here, I feel like it would be, or even like a little bit of a slate, though this one, which is right here, could work for that. Bring in a brown color and it would be a little bit more cohesive of a palette, but everybody has tons of neutrals in their arsenal, so bring those out to make this palette work a little bit better for you. I know for some of the looks that I did during the week, I definitely had to bring in a more neutral palette to pull it all together, and you most likely are going to have to. For me, that's not an issue, but for some people, they like to use one palette. Me, I rarely do that. I'm trying to train myself to do that more, but I don't. So it's not a problem for me, but it may be for you. But for the most part, these were just great. Again, the wear time was amazing. I could wear them from the morning all the way till late at night, and they barely budged. They are very blendable. There is very little fallout. A little bit here, which you can see, but for the most part, no. These are just great, and you're getting the colors that you really want. Really easy to work with, especially for 16 bucks. I mean, come on. So yeah, big thumbs up for this. So the highlighter. This is one of the highlighters here. I went for the more lavender color. You can see little ponies dancing in the front, which interesting is that the packaging on this was a little bit, I don't know, it's plastic, whatever. It wasn't my favorite, but who cares? You get like a really great mirror in it, especially for the price point. You gotta be kidding me, with the stars on there, and it's very glittery. I am wearing this right now. I don't know how much you can see, but you could definitely, hopefully see the lavender across the cheeks. I was going kind of with this purple pink look today, and it's really great. It went on really well. There it is. I'm gonna put this up here. There you go. Really nice shimmery color. It wore well. Didn't wear off quickly. It stayed on during the day really nicely. I think this will complement a lot of different skin tones. On somebody of my skin tone, obviously it's showing up a little bit more because it is a little bit darker, but I don't think it's too distracting. I think it's kind of cool for the look that I was going for. It's also perfect for the corner and for up here underneath the brow. So it's very versatile. You can also use it as shadow if you wanted to for a very light hint of color. So it's just a win-win with this, and it wore really well, and it went onto the cheek and everywhere really well. So big thumbs up to this. Loved it. So on to my favorite part. I really love lipsticks and eyeshadows. That's kind of my Achilles heel, but especially lipsticks or lip products of any kind. It really is. That's just where I always go wrong, or right, depending on your viewpoint. You know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch these just so you can see what they look like. Again, I went with 3 of the glosses and 1 of the mattes, and they're just kind of great, you know? They do fit more, I mean, this one's more of a gold tone, but they do fit with the more purpley kind of pinky colors of the collection. Again, it's My Little Pony, so it's rainbows and butterflies and everything happy. So I think that these colors really honor the collection quite well. What I will say about these, the glosses specifically, are they are glitter bloms. They are glitter bombs. So, you know, they wear pretty well. They are gloss, so they're going to wear away, but they're a nice consistency. But when you do wipe them away, you are going to have glitter stuck to your lips. Because when I was wiping them off, or when it was wiping away during the day, there was like glitter stuck in the crevices of the lips a little bit. It didn't collect on the edges. I don't tend to have that problem. Some people do, but it definitely was more towards the inside of the lip, and there was some gold flakes left there. So you're gonna probably have to remove it with an oil base. Not that they stick, but well, they do. The flakes definitely do stick, and it was kind of a pain. So if you have like chapstick or like some kind of balm, put that on there and wipe it off. You know, at the end of the night, oil-based makeup remover will be your friend, but they cling on for dear life. So just be prepared for that. So on to these swatches. So the first color is Flutter Valley, which is that gold tone and the lightest of the collection right here. It's really nice this time of year. That's why I picked it. It just goes well with a lot of the gold and the fall colors that are out there, and it's a nice way if you want to go for a bold eye look to have a light color for your lips. Flutter Valley, yes. Very light color, very light hint of gold. I like it. The next color, this is Ponyland, which is kind of a pink, pinkish lavender color right here. I'm gonna actually show it on my arm. I forgot to show on camera me putting on the past one, but here you go. Really pretty color, matches the collection quite well. Ponyland. I really love this one. This one's actually one of my favorites. Yeah, it's not too dramatic, you know, but what I love about it is, what I'm loving about these is there's a shift to it that's almost gold. So you have the cool tones with the pink purple, but then you have the gold undertones, and I just love these because it's just so smart. Because then it can be more wearable for everyone. It's a very, you know, easygoing color that's going to work with a lot of different looks, and it's not too overwhelming. It's just a hint of color with sparkle. I love it. Next up, Dream Castle, which is that berry kind of reddish color. I love these. It's kind of actually more of like one of those like fuchsia pinks, but a little bit more berry in it. So this is, if the last two were a little bit too docile for you and you want something that's a little bit more of a statement piece, this is for you. Dream Castle. Yeah, this is the bright color that you were probably looking for, going, okay, those are all great and all, but come on. Here it is. Yeah, nothing about this screams docile. This is definitely an attention getter. I don't know if I'd wear it this time of year, but I definitely would save it for spring and summer. I love it. I just do. I think it's a great color, but I tend to really love colors like this. But again, it's not for the faint of heart, especially compared to the other ones. So again, more of a statement piece, but I'm glad that they're adding a nice range of colors for everyone. And the last color is Moon Dancer, which was the darkest of the collection. It's this like dark pinky purple color. I love things like this, but what I will say is, just looking at that, to me, it's a lot darker when you put it on than what it is in the tube. This is Moon Dancer. Yes, so you can see it definitely is a lot darker on the lips than it is inside the container. So be wary of that, especially if you have fair skin like I do. Whoo mama, you know, if you have a darker complexion, this will definitely be gorgeous on you. I'm not saying that would look bad on somebody who has lighter complexion, because I do. I love vampy colors like this. But it's just kind of strange coming into a My Little Pony collection that it's like, hey, you're going to be vampy pony. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Oh, that's the pony that people kind of are a little bit wary about. I'd hang out with that pony, but you know, it's really comfortable. It, you know, wears well. I love their mats, so I don't have an issue with it. I am going to be honest, I did not wear this. It feels comfortable now, but again, I didn't wear this for a long, prolonged period of time because with these new collections coming out for the holidays, unfortunately, I can't try them as well as I usually do, but I will be once this holiday phase passes. You know, we'll get back to the more in detail reviews. But yes, so here they are. What I will say is with the glosses, they are not the thickest, you know, but then again, you have to look at it from the perspective, these glosses are $6 a piece. So come on, you know, they're not going to, you know, be as thick as some that may be a little bit on the higher end scale. But I always have to say this about ColourPop. They put out some amazing products for the price point, and they are definitely a nice consistency. You can definitely feel the glitter in them when you press your lips together, and you know what? You can with most of the higher end ones too. So that's what I love about ColourPop, is they're bringing makeup to the masses in a way that's affordable for most people, and I just think it's really great. So I'm always a huge fan. What do I think of this collection? Yes, please. I love it. I think it's great. I really love the glosses. I will say they're a lot of fun. You know, could you skip some of them? Yeah, I do feel that some of these have been done a few times. They brought out things similar, especially in the Hello Kitty collection, but it didn't stop me from picking these up. These are a little bit more glossy and glittery. But you know, they're pretty similar to that, so you may not need these time around. I will say Moon Dancer is definitely different, so if you love Vamp, that's for you. And I really do love this lavenderish pink color with the gold in it. I think these two are definitely worth picking up because they are different enough. Well, these two were kind of similar to the My Little Kitty and also Christmas collection last year, but if you ran out of those and you want something similar, here you go. This highlighter is fantastic. I mean, lavender highlighter, come on, it was like $8. I love this palette. I love the color bang of it, but what I will say is that the formula isn't necessarily on a couple of these the best the ColourPop has put out, but I still would definitely pay for this because it's $16, and I feel like I will use most of these colors and eventually hit pan on a lot of these, so I'm okay with that. The one thing that kind of stood out that I didn't say before is this like kind of blackish purple color is what it is. Was kind of like, huh? But it does work well. I'm actually wearing it in the crease here a little bit. If you go in with a light hand and blend it in, it works really well with the green and the purples and the pinks. It doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, go so much with the orangish colors, but I think it works really well. So what made me question it at first when I looked at it with the rest of the colors actually ended up working really well. You just have to blend it in really. You have to blend it in well, and then it works with the eye colors, and I think it did. I'm wearing it today. This is the eye look with this palette, and I'm really pleased. So all in all, I think it is a solid collection. I think many people are going to be happy with this collection. I am, as usual. ColourPop does not disappoint. Let me know if you're interested in this collection, if you picked it up. Did I miss out by not picking up the other stuff? Let me know. So until next time, me and my vampy pony little self is out. Have a fabulous day. Bye.